Vevor, Corey, and Nicole, and welcome to Steel Roots.
Good morning. All right, so today we're going to work on putting a third function kit onto the tractor so that we can run some different attachments in the future. We've got a couple plans for some things we want to get, and they require a third function. So I ordered a kit from Bad Boy. It's the OEM version, so it should be fairly simple to hook up, shouldn't require any modification, and we're going to try to get that done really quickly because we've got some things to do this afternoon. All right, so this is everything that came in the kit. We've got the instructions over there, some hoses. These are going to run from here to the front on the loader where it attaches. This is the piece that is going to be mounted and where the hoses from the attachments will be hooked up. I think this goes from here to another port that's a little bit lower on the tractor. This is the handle that will have the buttons for the third function on it right there. Some wiring stuff, a couple bolts, and zip ties. That's simple. All right, so what's step one?
The loader valve bracket is mounted to the frame with 2 bolts nearly vertical to each other. Remove and reuse these bolts to mount the long valve bracket assembly so that A and B ports are pointed up and toward the front of the tractor.
Okay. So it looks like it uses bolts that are already on the tractor. Let's see if we can find that spot. Figure out what size bolts they are and get some tools. Okay. All right, so we just got done. We disconnected this. This is the Power Beyond, the hose that goes to the Power Beyond, and we put it down here on the T-port as per the instruction. And now we're taking our little short kind of jumper cable, jumper hose, connecting it to the T-port, is that right?
This is T, yep.
To the T, and then connecting that to where we just disconnected the other one. Okay. Hopefully that's just tight enough.
And then that one.
All right, so we got to tighten this first, and then...
Oh, yeah, and then that one.
So the kit said to use the new bolts because it said they were longer. However, the old bolts were longer and the new bolts were not long enough. Cool. So I say we zip tie it before we tighten it all the way in case it needs to like turn a little bit.
Okay.
And then once we have it mounted in place, we'll tighten everything down. We also need to test the loader arm to make sure it's not gonna bind up when we raise and lower it.
Yes.
Got everything hooked up. We have the controller wires are run. We decided to put our buttons on the inside. Some people like to use their fingers. I think I'm going to prefer to use my thumbs, but you can adjust that if I decide I want to use my fingers later on. I've run it through and made sure I don't have any leaks in any of my fittings. I've throttled it all the way up to get the hydraulic pressure up and deadheaded all the controls to build pressure, and no leaks. Got none here, no leaks down here, and no leaks here. So the only thing we really need to do now is we do have an attachment that we want to use. we'll show you in a second, but they use flathead quick connects, and this has like the ag style quick connects. I assume these are the ag style. So I need to see if I can find these fittings somewhere close by before I can actually run the attachment I want to run. All right, so this is our first attachment. First new attachment, not implement. First thing to go for the loader. So this is a set of pallet forks, obviously, but these are hydraulic pallet forks. So we got kind of spoiled getting used to working with hydraulic. Most people you see, they just get regular pallet forks that are manually changeable. I saw these pop up on an auction, so I couldn't resist. So we need to offload something off of the truck, which I don't think we've showed you guys that either.
No, we can show them, but it'll be a very far down the line video.
It's a long project. It's a project for
Future.
We'll be working on it slowly here and there. So the first thing, in order to get the forks on, we have to get these cylinders out of the way for the hydraulic feature. And each one is held on by 2 bolts. So we're going to zip those off real quick and then get the forks on.
Just a little sneak peek. Like we said, it'll probably be next spring before we get to it, but we're gonna clean this tank out. It's 120 gallons. We've got the stand and everything inside already. But now to pick up more things at an auction.
It's been a few days since we used the forks to offload the truck. While we were using it, we weren't able to use, I guess, the forks, the full functionality of the forks that we got. Since these are hydraulic, they can slide out and in, because we didn't have an adapter to get from this style of, I guess, quick coupler to what is, I guess, more of a skid steer quick coupler with the flat faces. So we ordered a adapter, which came in, and now that we can, hopefully this will work for us, we can get this hooked up finally, get the hydraulics hooked up. And then once we get the hydraulics hooked up, we'll be able to manipulate these cylinders here, which control the forks, the sliding function of the forks. And then we'll actually be able to get them mounted onto the forks themselves. And then this will be done.
Today we're going to cover this whole plot with winter rye for over the winter, and then we'll be able to till it up in the spring.
Might do it by hand up here.
As you can see, clover and grass have already started growing back. But this winter rye should take over. It's also supposed to rain this afternoon, so it's perfect timing. All right, so we got our fabric. What is it, 600 feet?
I forget. Maybe, no, I think it's 300 feet, 6 foot wide.
Okay.
So the idea is, since we put down the cover crop on this side of the garden, and instead of doing that on this side, we're going to put down the fabric to try to keep the grass and the weeds from growing up. And just want to see the difference, I guess, next year.
Yeah.
See what's the better way to do it.
Yeah.
I am thinking that the winter rye will probably do more to actually improve the soil, whereas the landscape fabric probably is just going to work for weed suppression, but won't help the soil any per se. So
we'll see.
We'll see. So we're running at, well, one, we ran out of fabric, but we're also running out of stakes. So we'll have to order some more and come back.
It's a good start though. Now we know how much. I think, like you said, one more down there, width-wise.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2 projects at the barn for the coop. We're going to mix up the bedding. Need some new bedding in there. It's getting low and moist. So then we're gonna go and take down the netting for the toddlers and let them out and see how they survive with the rest of the girls and Rufio. And then we figured out it is official that they're jumping over this part of the fence and getting out, just the 4 teenagers. So we're gonna build a little 3-4 foot extra fencing above, because we don't need them teaching the rest of them how to get out. They always get back in every night, but it's terrifying. No more getting out today or ever. Come on. Brian. We just got this simple fencing to go around the top. We're gonna zip tie it since our stable gun is dumb.
Very dumb.
Broken.
All right, now now that we got some jump over the fence protection in place, we think it's time to let these ladies out. I don't know if we told you guys, so this one is by herself. She was with this group over here, but she had a bit of an accident, so we had to put her in isolation. She tore a big gash. I guess she got stuck up in the netting here, and she ripped open a big section of her neck. So we did some repairs. Repairs. And, she's been isolated for a week, and the cut hasn't opened back up. It was pretty bad. It was like, I don't know. What do you think? Like 2-3 inches of her neck was showing?
3 inches, yeah, at least.
Like she wouldn't have made it without something. But she looks like she's doing good. All right. Yep, we're letting y'all out.
Okay, so we instantly decided that we should probably keep this whole section for when the little babies get big enough, which is soon. They're quite big already. And before we put the babies in this little section, I'm going to put some chicken wire. Probably, 3 feet, 2 feet, so that way we don't have another incident.
So we had a wet spot underneath where this water over here was, so we just took the bedding out. Originally the dirt exposed since it was a little bit moist. Let that dry out, and they'll either kick the bedding over and cover it up themselves, or we can come back a little later and do it. This is what the very young ones are looking like now.
Those ones also like to jump out.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They're getting kind of big.
All right, everybody's fed. New bedding. We have the nets hooked up right now. They're probably not going to leave this little area right now. Maybe tomorrow, next day. We'll see how it goes. Karen likes to pick on people, and so does Rufio, wherever he is. We'll see how it goes. Last thing on the agenda for today is to put the hose reel on this spigot out here. I would like to also do something right here, whether it be a concrete pad or river rocks or something, just so it's not muddy and a big divot eventually.
Hose is installed. It's pretty easy.
That was really easy.
Let's check for leaks.
Oh, smart. She leaks.
Oh.
Hey. All right, I think that's it for this one. We got a lot of chores that we needed done. We're gonna order more landscape fabric and anchors. We'll get that completed probably Saturday after it rains tomorrow and today.
Okay. Yeah. So the fence line. So yeah. So we've got. We've never had a rooster before, and he is. I don't know. Maybe it's normal. Maybe it's not. Maybe it'll calm down after a while. After he's met all the new birds, maybe he won't.
I hope so.
I'm sure some of you guys who are watching probably know better than we do, so let us know.
Yes, please, because I like Rufio and I don't want to get rid of him.
So yeah, I mean, it's day one, hour or two at the most.
All right, that's it. We're done. We'll see you next week.
Bye.